So then, just when we thought we might actually see some real badminton matches within these qualifiers, we instead got introduced to a new love rival for Taiki, which in turn could give us some amazing singles showdown matches in a future chapter. Hello everyone and welcome to the Anime Zillia, and today let's talk all things chapter 11 from the Blue Box manga series. And in my opinion, this chapter was awesome, as we not only met a new character, but also got more development and emotion shown by Chainatsu's character. Plus, Haru is up to his good old antics. So then, let's start off by talking about Haru himself. After all, he's up to his good old torture training for Taiki, this time offering him a physical and mental challenge in the name of Ichiro. Now, this new character in Ichiro also likes Chainatsu. After all, she swooshed in like a goddess appearing before him, giving him his lost wallet. To him, it was like his anime crush had come to life before his very eyes. So that is the mental challenge that he offers Taiki. Taiki would be playing him in a singles competitive match while also thinking of the consequences if Taiki were to lose. What is on the line is Chainatsu's contact information, a chance for a love rival to get closer to Taiki's own crush. So this would add more unnecessary pressure to Taiki himself, something that he would place upon himself which isn't kind of warranted. But we've seen that before from Taiki's character, so I guess there's nothing new here. Whereas the physical challenge comes from Ichiro having a lot of skill and confidence. Call him fearless or stupid. Nevertheless though, Ichiro is happy to play against Haru and believes that he would win if they were to play against one another. He is so confident about his own skills. Not a lot of people would dare challenge Haru, let alone think they stand a chance at winning against him. We've already seen how much the series wants to hype Haru's ability and skill up, that it goes to show that if Ichiro is this confident, then his skills must mean something. They must have some form of weight behind them. So this does intrigue me to see how well he can go and how far he can push our main protagonist. I thought it was interesting to see that Haru for the most part was ignoring Ichiro's kind of hyperactive and physical, energetic sort of actions. You know, ducking when Ichiro tried to jump over Haru and try to get his attention. To me, it seemed like Haru wanted to leave the conversation as soon as possible, only really giving Ichiro one compliment, which served as a warning for Taiki. So although Haru doesn't seem to like Ichiro much, even though they were former partners in a junior division, there's a small underlying amount of respect targeted towards Ichiro from Haru. So I think that again just builds to the hype, builds to the excitement of seeing Ichiro versus Taiki in their singles match to come soon. Plus, the condition of giving away a friend's number or contact information isn't a choice to make lightly. So Haru must have a bit more belief in Taiki's abilities in order to pull out a win against Ichiro. If, of course, the stipulation is that if Ichiro wins, he gets Chainatsu's contact details. Add in that line from previous chapters in where Haru teases Taiki, stating that Chainatsu should only be with someone worthy or equal to her own ability. This all congregates to the idea that this is another way of Haru training Taiki to develop his skills, to hone, grow, and develop, and become better. Which obviously makes it so that they can go further in their doubles tournaments, because at the moment Haru is kind of pulling the team, with Taiki just barely keeping up with Haru's sort of skills and abilities. So I think that this works both ways. It makes it so that it's good practice and training for Taiki, while also having a good payoff for Haru in the doubles later on if Taiki can evolve from this situation. But good on Haru for stating that if Ichiro does win, he will at least ask Chainetsu for permission to give out her contact info. That shows that he's got some decency and a little bit of development for him as well. So that was cool. Moving on now though, let's talk about Ichiro himself. After all, first impressions, he seems like a cool guy. Design wise, I think it reminds me of Nishinoya from Haikyuu, and maybe Tanaka as well from Haikyuu. Kind of like a combination between the two. Just the personality and design just reminds me of them so much. I actually really do like it. But overall, he's fast-paced, aggressive, and yet still shows some good tactical awareness, staying level-headed while in the midst of a match against opponents. So this would offer an intriguing challenge for our main protagonist, and I can't wait to see how their singles match goes when it finally does arrive, if we do actually see it. Because so far, we've been baited with this series about seeing a singles match or a doubles match or just a badminton match in general, and we've yet to see a proper one unfold. Come on, please give us one soon. Now, do I think this is going to be another reoccurring love rival throughout the entirety of the series? I don't really believe that. I do feel like that this character in Ichiro, his feelings for liking Chainetsu seem a little bit weak. Then again though, we can't truly rule out or ignore his feelings, so only time will tell, I suppose. Now, do I think that Ichiro is going to be a recurring love rival for Taiki? I don't believe this is the case, as his reasons for liking Chainetsu seem a little bit weak. Nevertheless though, we can't rule out his feelings or ignore them. Only time will tell what they decide to do with Ichiro's character. Although I do think he's pretty cool at the moment. Now, moving on to Taiki. This character shows some maturity in understanding how his attitude towards Chainetsu last week's chapter came across in a negative light. This I do like because it shows that he's not too dense overall, and he does have some good self-awareness. So that's a plus. Now, with him boldly and confidently stating his desire to win the singles tournament in front of his crush, I do feel like that's going to offer some intriguing kind of showcasing of Taiki's ability and some mental struggles and emotion being pumped into the chapter and artwork. So hopefully that delivers wonderfully. Now, if you had told me that Chainetsu was insecure, I wouldn't have believed you. However, for whatever reason, I forgot that she is older than our main protagonist, plus she's also in her final year. So when I saw that in the dialogue, I actually was a little bit shocked. But bad memory, I suppose. I like seeing her open up about her feelings though to Taiki's mother, as that shows the respect and bond that those two characters share, as they're able to connect and express their feelings openly and calmly in kind of communicating and understanding what the situation is going without one or the other acting weird or different. It's kind of like a motherly bond, which I thought was great to see. This whole conversation helps build up Chainetsu's character, giving us as the audience something more. Plus, this feeling of insecurity is something that she'll have to overcome in the future, and I'm looking forward to seeing that development unfold as we go through chapter by chapter. Now, her actually having these mental struggles / feelings help to humanize her character a bit more, which in turn makes me love the character all the more, because I already do like Chainetsu as a character. I think she's great, but now that we're seeing more of her emotion, more of her feelings, and more of what's inside her own mind, I find her more and more fascinating. So let's see more of this. Let's get more of her development. Let's go with lots of things that are to come. So overall, this chapter was jam-packed with emotion, development in both characters and plot, as well as obviously that new character in Ichiro. This chapter is definitely worth reading, so if you haven't already, follow that link in the description below in where you can read this chapter for free. Let me know, of course, your thoughts and opinions on this chapter in the comment section down below though. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, subscribe so you never miss a video from myself. But until next time, I hope you have an amazing day. Alligator matane. Goodbye.